All right, Matthew, after we just finished taping today's show, some news broke from Field Yates that Chase Claypool,
my old buddy.
Yeah.
Well, still my buddy, but my old broadcast partner
Current ongoing buddy,
yes.
Former colleague. And he broke the news that Chase Claypool has been traded from the Steelers to the Bears. We'll talk about what it means for the Steelers, but first, what does it mean for Claypool and the Bears?
Yeah, I think this is an upgrade for both, right? I mean, Chase Claypool was third or maybe fourth in terms of the pecking order behind Diontae Johnson and George Pickens. Freiermuth obviously involved as well. And so now he goes to a Bears team where he's going to be, a right next to Darnell Mooney to kind of form a 1-2 punch, if you will, in that passing attack, which all of a sudden has become competent. Over the last 4 weeks, the Bears are 14th in pass attempts. Justin Fields looks like an NFL quarterback. They are moving the ball. And you think about some of the guys that have been productive for the Bears over the last couple of weeks. I mean, we've seen big names from Equanimeous St. Brown, right? N'Keal Harry scored a touchdown last week. Like, some of these guys that you're kind of like, okay, whatever. Dante Pettis has had moments. Like, all of a sudden now it's Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool, who's still young, who's still under contract. And so it makes sense for the Bears to build around a young player in Claypool who maybe had worn out his welcome in Pittsburgh or that they didn't need as much. They obviously needed receiver help for Justin Fields, who's kind of turned a corner here. So I think this is an improvement for Chase Claypool's fantasy value. He becomes more of a more of a high upside wide receiver 3 than the, mid to low tier wide receiver 4 that he was. I think this is a really good move for Chase Claypool and Justin Fields as well. They see their fantasy stock rise as well. I'm not really worried about Mooney. He runs different routes than Claypool.
Yeah, incredible after the first 2 weeks against the Niners and the Packers and how bad that Bears offense looked, that now it might be a good offense going forward.
At least a competent one, right? At least one that can move the ball down the field. I mean, again, they scored almost 30 points against the Cowboys. And again, some of it was junk time, but whatever. Like, they went into New England and they beat them and they put up a lot of points against one of the best defenses in the NFL in the Dallas Cowboys. Like, the Bears are like, at least, at the very least, a competent offense, and certainly not a worse offense than what Pittsburgh is running out there these days. So I think this is a good move for Claypool and Fields. I think their fantasy values all take ticks up as well. And again, I'm not worried about Mooney because, again, Mooney is more of a big play guy, and there'll be enough passes to go around because it's still just going to be Claypool and Mooney. It's not like they've got all these other targets.
No. Okay, let's talk about the Steelers side of this, particularly Diontae Johnson and George Pickens. What does this mean for Pickens in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think to the moon. Like, we know about the talent. And so now with a narrow target tree, like, you'll see some Steven Sims, I guess, in the slot, whatever. But, like, it's going to be Diontae Johnson and George Pickens and Diontae Johnson. Like, Pat Freiermuth to me is the third pass catcher I'd want on the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're on a bye this week, but now they have 2 weeks to integrate, what this offense looks like without Chase Claypool and getting ready for the Saints in Week 10. I think, look, George Pickens, who's available in almost 40% of Yahoo leagues, needs to be rostered in every league. We know about the talent, and now I think you're going to see a bigger target share for a very young, talented player.
Yeah, he would have gone top 20 in the draft had he not been injured. I think he's already shown those flashes. It's just he hasn't been able to get the consistent workload, but now you expect he will. That team's going to be throwing a lot as well because they're going to be losing a lot, so it's good
and
for
they can't run the ball.
And they can't run the ball.
Their only way to move the ball is through the air, and so Diontae Johnson and George Pickens both see a big uptick in value with Chase Claypool moving on to Chicago.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.